Satnam. Looks like I started 1 minute early, so I'll pause for just a second. Slide the camera up a little bit. Since we're not doing any standing poses today. Okay, it's officially time to start. Welcome to Kundalini Yoga. My name is Akasha Kirti. And I love this ancient yogic practice that combines asana or movement along with meditation and focus and one-pointed focus, withdrawal of the senses. So today for our theme, the theme for today is about freedom, which sounds very like I'm feeling patriotic, but that's not the kind of freedom that we're going to be working on today. Different kind of freedom. Today, the goal is to have this class that revolves around freedom from thought, freedom from emotion, freedom from all of the stuff that happens in our subconscious that kind of rules the way that we perceive the world, the way that we interpret things. So this is freedom from addiction, freedom from habit. All of that kind of freedom is the goal for tonight. So go ahead and find a nice tall seat, elevating your hips a little bit so that it's easy to sit up straight and tall. Rub the palms of your hands together to generate some heat. And then press the palms into your chest, chest back into your thumbs. Lift through the sternum. Let the chin come slightly down and slightly back. And let your eyes come up and into the space between your eyebrows. From here, let's do some deep breathing. So maybe you can hear a little bit of thunder or rain in your area. Maybe you can even smell a little bit of rain if you have a window open like I do. So just notice the sounds and the smells in your own home as you breathe through the central channel. Really deepen the breath and imagine drawing it up the spine and out the crown of your head. Do an internal check-in with yourself, noticing what thoughts and feelings and sensations are in your body today, welcoming all of those. And then inhaling to tune in with our mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to my inner wisdom, my inner teacher. Inhale. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Mangala Charn. Ad Gare Name, Jugat Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Ad Gare Name, Jugat Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Ad Gare Name, Jugat Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Inhale and suspend the breath softly and sweetly. Exhale, release your hands, let your eyes stay closed. Notice the sensations after the mantras. Drop down to the space behind your heart. And set your intention. Is there something that you are searching for freedom from? Perhaps thinking of it in terms of it's already happened, so I am free from whatever it is. I am free. Or maybe it's just that I am free. Okay, so you could open your eyes. Our Kriya for today is called Kriya for Elevation. There are many Kriyas that follow a similar sequence, and the sequence is really great for general clearing of the chakras, a general movement of energy, and an increase of flexibility and strength. And this particular Kriya for Elevation, in terms of our theme of freedom, when I think about elevation, that is freedom, right? Being able to, even if you think of it almost literally, if you were to float above and look down at what's going on, you have a certain degree of freedom. It's a shift in perspective. It's a looking at things from an elevated place, which really gives us a lot of freedom from our suffering. So the first pose in this is Ego Eradicator. So curling fingertips in, thumbs come up, elbows are straight, arms are at 60 degrees, eyes are up and into the third eye, and breath of fire, pumping breath through the nose using the diaphragm. Go ahead and begin. Maybe mental mantra of Sat Nam, I am truth. Keep going while I just explain a little bit about the plan for today. So after we do this Kriya, we'll do a rest, and then we'll do just a 9-minute Kriya. It's similar to a meditation, and then we will close with a regular meditation after that. So this Kriya for Elevation is a very short, sweet thing that you can do at home, and you can do it between 15 and 25 minutes, depending on how long you do each of the exercises for. So we've got about 45 more seconds here. Inhale as you bring the thumb tips to touch. Suspend the breath, uncurl the fingers, pull the energy up the spine, out the fingers, hold. Exhale, sweep the arms down and release the breath, pause and observe. Start to find a softness, soft, soft, soft. We go through the day in so much resistance. Resistance in the way that we think, resistance in our bodies, resistance in our actions. We're always sort of resisting something, right? I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to think that. I don't want that to happen. And we resist, resist, resist. And it shows up in our bodies as tension. So find yourself just getting softer here as you lessen that resistance and move more into the flow. Okay, now hands come to shins for spinal flex. Inhaling as the spine comes forward, exhaling as the spine goes back, chin stays level. Go ahead and begin. Powerful inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Keep going. So we will chronologically age, but we know that we do not have to age in the way that we associate with aging. And one of the ways that we do that is through keeping our spine flexible. The ability of the spine, such as this, we're moving cerebrospinal fluid that's associated with memory. So it's good for our mind as well as for our body. Inhale, center. Suspend the breath, squeeze up on your root lock. That's pelvic floor, anus, sex organs. Exhale, release and relax for a moment. And soften. Maybe even a sigh. Okay, now twist. Fingers in front, thumbs in back, elbows lifted. Inhale as you twist left. Exhale. Can you really hear your breath? Twisting from your core, head stays in alignment with your spine. Keep going. We're about 45 more seconds here. Come center, inhale. Suspend root lock. Exhale, release and relax. Soften. Okay, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Maybe shake them out a bit because we've been here for a minute. And then we'll do front life nerve stretch. So lengthening up through the crown of the head, folding forward, trying to keep the back straight. Hands come onto knees, shins, ankles, or to big toes. You'll tuck the chin in and down, looking at your legs. Inhale up and exhale down. Begin. Trying to keep the knees straight. So if you need to bring your hands up a little higher so you can bend from your waist with straight knees, do that. Inhale, up, suspend breath, squeeze root lock. Exhale, fold forward, squeeze empty. Inhale, release. Notice the effect. Got all these meridian lines, right, on the backs of our legs that connect with our big toe here. So we're affecting energy as well as muscle. Okay. Now open your legs wide. Hands again land in one of those spots, shins, ankles, or toes. You'll inhale in the center. Exhale as you turn the torso and the head and bend toward one leg. Inhale back up to center and then exhale toward the other leg. Go ahead and begin. This can be a small motion or a large one. We close our eyes in Kundalini so that it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You're just working with your own body. Now come center, inhale and exhale just up and down in the middle. Inhale up, Suspend the breath, squeeze root lock. Exhale, fold forward, squeeze empty. Inhale, come back up. Just let your eyes close. Let yourself soften and notice the effect of that posture. Okay, now moving into Mahamudra. So your right heel gets tucked into your perineum. So that's in between sex organs and anus. And then your left leg gets extended out in front of you. So if that bothers your knee or that's difficult to do for any reason, you can bring that foot to the inside of the left thigh. That also is just fine. Once again, bend from the waist. Find a spot to anchor yourself. Tuck your chin so that you're looking down at your leg, though your eyes can be closed. And we'll do breath of fire here. Go ahead and begin. Inhale, suspend the breath, squeeze root lock. Exhale, stay here, fold forward maybe a bit more. Pull root lock with breath held empty. Inhale, come up, and we're going to switch sides and do that again. So right heel tucked or against the left thigh, right thigh, right leg extended, bend from the waist. So maybe it even just looks like this for you. This is just perfectly fine. Okay, and breath of fire. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, come up, release the leg, relax. When you're really softening and really allowing, sometimes you'll feel some sort of heat on your spine. Sometimes you'll feel something akin to dizziness, but not quite dizziness. Overall, your body will just sort of feel, right, just sort of soft. So if you don't feel that, maybe even audibly exhale. Every time I say to pause and observe, just do a little and see if you can get your body just to soften. Okay, coming onto the stomach now for Cobra. You can place hands under shoulders or elbows under shoulders. Either way, lift the low belly from the ground and look up. Okay, up and in, breath of fire. Shoulders pull down from the ears. They're not tucked up by your ears. Really lengthening through your spine. So you're pulling stomach down. Forward. You're pulling your sternum forward. Chin is lifted. We're going to be here for one more minute. Feel free to come onto your elbows. If on the hands becomes too intense, you can even rest and keep the breath going while you imagine yourself doing the posture. Inhale, suspend the breath, squeeze root lock, stretch. Exhale, come all the way forward onto your belly and rest. Okay, coming back up to a seated position, an easy pose. And getting ready for shoulder shrugs. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders drop. Really let them heavily release. Inhale both up. Hold. Exhale, release. Okay. Now, right ear to right shoulder, big slow nose. When my shoulder and neck were hurt in the last couple weeks, this was really painful and I was just doing teeny tiny little motions. So just make it work for you. Don't push anything. Okay, come center, and then reverse the direction of neck circles. So left ear to left shoulder. Center, inhale, exhale. Feel soft. What is it they say if you're in a car accident or something and you're maybe asleep when it happens, your body's all soft, then you're a lot less likely to get hurt, right? Than if you brace yourself. So a lot of times we go through life and through all of these things, all of these hard things, like bracing ourselves psychologically, physically, emotionally, which really just creates more damage than if we're just soft and we're allowing. And by allowing, it's not saying, well, anyone can do anything to me, anything can happen, but it means that we are in such a state of flow, such a state of knowing that everything is working out for us. We just know everything is working out for us, that we can feel, oh, here's a boundary I need to set. Here's a thing I need to do. Here's an action I need to take. So that's what the softness, the allowing creates. Creates opportunity. Okay, coming on to the heels for Sat Kriya. Sitting on a cushion if you'd like, extending the arms, time already, up overhead. Left thumb over right if you identify as female, right thumb over left if you identify as male. If you're non-binary, you can choose. You can extend your Jupiter finger here. Straighten the elbows if you can. Sat, belly comes in, Nam, belly relaxes. Catch the breath wherever you can. Begin. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Keep going. Just have a Charlie horse on my foot I'm taking care of. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Eyes are up and in. Sat, Nam. 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 Inhale. Suspend the breath, squeeze root lock. Exhale, arms stay lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Okay, and come lying on your back for Savasana. Just relaxing here in your back. Maybe sighing again, softening. Just relax. See if you can move more deeply into the experience of your body. Or else can you soften maybe around your forehead, your eyes, space between your shoulder blades, your arms, your jaws. maybe if it's in flow for you, you can even imagine that there's like a little team of invisible helpers all around you in this moment that are just helping energy to flow. They're helping things release. Maybe they're even sort of unshackling the figurative chains, right? Anything that's keeping you from that sensation of freedom. There's nothing that you need to do other than just to allow it to happen. There'd be more softness in your chest and lungs, in your forehead, the top of your head. And there'd be more softness at the back of your neck, your shoulders. Can you imagine, if it feels good, maybe you even imagine that it's kind of like, you know, when you have an IV and the nurse sort of taps it to get the bubble out. So maybe it's almost like they're sort of tapping at the bottoms of your feet, all this beautiful energy here to help you, and just you can feel those little pockets of resistance moving like a bubble, just coming right out. And there's nothing you need to do to clear any energy. There's nothing you need to do at all, but be soft. Front of your throat soft. Just sleep here for a moment. Just resting here in Savasana. Deepen your breath. Keep the softness, but start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your hands on your wrists and your feet on your ankles in both directions. Stretch your arms overhead, stretch your legs out long. Bring your right knee into your chest and draw it across your body to the left side. And then open up through the right arm for a twist. Looking out over the right fingertips. Coming back to center, then drawing left knee into your chest, across your body over to the right side, and opening up through the left arm, looking out over the left fingertips. Come back to center. Rub the palms of your hands together, rub the soles of your feet together. Press the front of the shins, rock and roll several times, and come to a seated position. Okay, so the first little Kriya that we'll do before we do the meditation is called the Liberation Kriya. So it's a Kriya that's very good for renewal. It's really good about, how do they phrase it? Changing the molecular structure of your mind. So this is one where you could do this for 9 minutes a day. It's actually going to change the structure of your mind. And it helps you find liberation from emotion. So the eye focus for this one's going to be at the chin, which is kind of difficult to conceptualize. It's a little tricky at first, but you're looking at an angle down more sharply than you do when you look at the tip of your nose. So just imagine looking through the tip of your chin. And that is an eye focus, a drishti, that will really help to calm and level out emotions. For the mudra on this, it's going to change every couple of minutes here. But for the first one, you'll take your right arm out, extend your Jupiter finger, and push the other fingers down with your thumb. You're going to do the same thing with the back hand, and you're making like a straight line here. So coming from all the way from a straight line and then pointing backward with the left hand. So let me get the timer started here. And we'll actually just do 2 minutes with each of the mudras. So for a total of 6 minutes instead of 9, just for time. So long, deep breathing here. Go ahead and begin looking down at the chin. Long, deep breathing. Long, deep breathing is different from normal breath. You're going all the way down into your belly, and as you inhale, your belly is going out. And then as you exhale, start by exhaling at the top of the chest, and let the last place you exhale be the belly, where you fully and completely empty it. Keep reminding yourself to look down at your chin. Let your focus be on your breath. If you find your mind wandering a lot, with just focusing on the breath, the drishti, and the mudra, you can also bring in a mental mantra. I like to do Satnam, 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 Waheguru, or Satanama. Stay in this position, but now extend the pinky finger on both hands as well as that Jupiter finger. Arms stay the same. We're strengthening your nervous system here. This is not muscle holding your arm up so much as it is a nervous system. It's your ability to be able to handle stress. You want this to be strong. A lot of the problems that many people are facing right now are due to a weak nervous system. You can always rest if you need to, but try to keep going. Keep bringing the eyes down to the chin. Jupiter finger represents wisdom. The little finger, the pinky finger, represents communication and intuition. Okay, we're in our last 2 minutes now. Now extend all of the fingers and on both hands and put the thumb against the fingers. Arms stay where they are. Long, deep breath, eyes at the chin. Dig deep, you can do it. If you're starting to feel weak, then breathe more deeply. Less than a minute. Last 20 seconds. Inhale, exhale, bring your arms down, rest your hands in your lap, keep your eyes closed and notice what happened. Notice how you feel. Okay, we're going to move into our meditation now. So this is called cross-hearted Kirtan Kriya. So let me just explain it. Maybe you can sort of work out that right shoulder and hand a little bit. We won't be using arms much for this one, but just let them relax while I explain. So this meditation is good for balancing the hemispheres of your brain. It's really good for breaking habits and addictions, and all other things that kind of chain you or keep you from experiencing full freedom. It's also clears your subconscious and helps you work through insecurities. Okay. So you can shake your legs out for a moment if you'd like. We'll just do this one for 11 minutes. The mantra is Sa Ta Na Ma. Okay, life, death, the infinite, rebirth. Okay. Your hands will cross. It doesn't specify which. Typically it's right under left, but whichever you prefer. Those are crossed just above the wrist, and they can rest here next to your chest. Sa, you'll give about 5 pounds of pressure as you touch thumb to index finger. Ta, middle finger. Na, ring finger. Ma, pinky finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. We'll be chanting. Your eyes here will be at the tip of your nose. Tip of your nose. So now we're working on the pineal gland that's associated with your crown chakra and higher levels of consciousness. Okay. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Sa, ta, na, ma. It's about 1 per second. Ta, na, ma. Eyes at the tip of the nose. This time we don't do the loud to whisper to quiet. It's just the same throughout. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta, Satanama, 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 Satanama. Satanama, 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 last one, Satanama, inhale, hold, exhale, release your hands, release your breath. As you're here just observing for a moment, I just want to read to you this quote that was in this book called The Wild Edge of Sorrow I've been reading. It's a quote by Rumi. Your hand opens and closes and opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small contracting and expanding, the two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as bird wings. So using your presence, feeling yourself as you move through your life with that softness, right? Awareness of expanding, contracting. Placing your hands at your heart, we'll do our final blessing. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Long set, short nam. Sat Nam. Two more. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. May you find freedom. Sat Nam.